COVID-19 update summary by Juan Cabrera-Garcia.
I think we've talked about this before, but it's not a bad idea to re-emphasize that we want every one of you to keep safe. So we're gonna show some talking points and some infographics about COVID-19, some updates about it. We know that coronaviruses, they generally spread from person to person through respiratory droplets. Aerosol transmissions now confirmed, like someone sneezing or even talking can spread the disease. However, there's no evidence that the COVID-19 can be transmitted through food or food packaging. There's no evidence that suggests that an outbreak may happen because of food surfaces, produce surfaces. However, it's possible that someone with a disease may touch that surface, and then you touch that surface, and you touch your face, and you can get the disease. However, it's not thought to be the main way the virus spreads. Stay-at-home order was extended up until May 3rd. We'll have to see what happens. But keep in mind that several counties have their own stay-at-home orders, and they may decide to extend their own local stay-at-home orders. I'm gonna put something in the chat. That's the resources that we have available in our website. I'm gonna put that link in the chat. And if you go there, you'll find a lot of helpful resources, like not just from a commercial horticulture perspective, but also about businesses. As a general rule of thumb, in order for you to keep operating safely in the farm, first thing is that you have to encourage everyone to practice social distancing working at the farms. Sometimes it might be hard to enforce it, but that's one of the things that seems to work at preventing the spread of the disease. Wash hands frequently using soap and running water. Remember, rub the soap in your hands and lather at least 20 seconds. Also, make sure that you have enough hand washing stations throughout the farm. So if you or anyone working in the farm feels sick, you have to stay at home. Wear cloth face protective masks and non-surgical masks. On surfaces, use the same washing procedures for produce, and we're going to talk about that, which is clean, sanitize, and disinfect. So here's the procedure on cleaning surfaces. That's what we use for produce safety also. The first step is to clean with soap and water, rinse, and then once you clean the grime off the surfaces, you can use a sanitizing agent. And next, you can do a disinfection process using higher concentrations of the products that you use to sanitize the surface. Again, I'm going to put a link of sanitizers from the EPA that are shown to work against COVID-19 in the chat. And these are some infographics that we have available for growers. The first one here on the left side, talking about how you can adapt to changing times, especially right now. Key point here is that communication is essential. You have to make sure that you communicate with your customers, other growers, and your clients. Also with the local health department, and keep updated with them. There are many ways you can adapt your operations. You can hold a farm stand every Saturday. You can offer home delivery. You can set up a drop-off location. You can also preserve harvest and do make value-added products of your harvest. But keep in mind that if you feel sick or anyone in your farm feels sick, do not harvest, package, or sell any produce. For customers, and the one on the right talks about customers and how to shop safely at farmers market. But the first thing you have to do is make sure that you're not feeling ill. If you have symptoms or you start feeling ill, please stay home. Avoid touching your face once you're in the farmers market. Whenever possible, keep social distancing. Avoid touching produce. Make sure that the person who is at the booth is handling the produce. Consider using credit cards or electronic payment methods. Avoid using cash whenever possible. Most of all, be patient. Everyone is under stress, and I know it's not an easy situation to be living in right now. Vendors, some farmers markets are still open. Some aren't. What we've seen is that it's based on the local health department. So if you're a local farmers market administrator, you have to make sure that you communicate with your local health department and keep updated information, because they're the ones who are going to decide whether you can open or not. But if you decide to open and if you have permission, you have to make sure that you adapt and you redesign the way the market operates in order to minimize spread of the disease. And that's what the infographics on the left side talks about. You pick operations. If you feel sick, don't open the farm that day. Make sure that you communicate with your clients that you have implemented new policies to prevent people from getting sick at your farm, and make sure that everyone is safe. Also provide enough hand washing stations for your clients.